man, I like telling these crazy stories, having different guests, spicing it up. But before we get started, hit that subscribe, like, and comment button. Also, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about, who you want me to interview, what interests you. I want feedback from my listeners, man. Let me know, because I got a plethora of different people I could talk to. So, or tag somebody who you want me to interview. It could be either remote or in studio. Let them know, man. It's wide open. So let's get the show started. I got Rida in the house. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's good, yo? Rida SixFifty. I'm an artist and I'm a firefighter, and I'm here to share my crazy story.
Can't wait till they listen to it. But before we get to your crazy story, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mountain View, California.
Okay. How was life for you as a kid, as a child?
It was pretty crazy. My mom moved to San Jose when I was about 12 years old, and that's when I kind of went downhill. I met some friends and stuff, and I got introduced to just drugs and alcohol, and I was just heavy in the street.
At that young age?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What kind of crowd were you running with back then?
Just everybody's young and stuff. We're just running the streets
just wild, huh?
Yeah, just wild. Yeah.
Any particular group?
Yeah.
Now, is this in Mountain View or San Jose?
It's San Jose.
San Jose?
Yeah.
What part?
The west side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the west side. You got some crazy hitters on that side of town. Mm-hmm. West is a little different. Each side of town, I noticed, I'm from Frisco, but San Jose has the east, the west, the north, the south. It's like different, different factions out here. Mm-hmm. We don't have it like that in the city. Ours is like more like hoods and projects. I grew up in the Mission, which is predominantly Latin, Hispanic neighborhood, Spanish neighborhood, and grew up around, Spanish gangs. But I also grew up hanging on the projects. I kept a lot of friends from school that lived in the projects all over the city. So it was like different, different projects, different hoods.
Yeah.
So mom's left when you were young.
So my mom left to San Jose, and I moved with her, but so she was always working and stuff. So that led to me, finding pretty much friends on the street, you know what I'm saying? So I was just pretty much just in the street, just getting in trouble, just drinking, doing dumb shit, and then the cops would pick me up. You know, I would end up in juvenile hall. My mom would come and get me, and then right back out to the streets again, just doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Dumb shit.
Let me ask you something. Did you find it fun?
I did.
That's the crazy part, right? Mm. I don't know what it is about getting in trouble, getting arrested. It's like a badge. It's like a stupid badge of honor.
Right.
You do it. It's like a game. They arrest you. You go in, and then your parents come get you. Then you go back out. Mm-hmm. I've been arrested hella times as a kid. For me, I didn't never caught a juvenile case. So, how long did you spend time in juvenile?
It started at weeks first, then months, and it just pretty much just grew over time.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you did years in there?
The most I did was 11 months, almost a year.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you this whole time you're living with your mother?
Yeah. With my mom. Actually, I would stay with friends sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about your father?
I never met my dad.
Never, huh?
Never did. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's a tough one, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have any brothers?
I do. I have two brothers.
And what was it like growing up with your brothers? Like, did they ever look after you? Or were they in the streets just into their own mess?
My older brother, he was doing his own thing,
Yeah.
My little brother, I was actually watching after him when I could. And stuff.
Okay.
But my little brother, he's doing good. He didn't turn out like I did, and I'm happy.
It's always like that. It's always that one black sheep. Sometimes two, but usually one. I'm the black sheep of my family.
Yeah,
There's
same.
6 siblings. I'm the one that got caught up and been behind bars and did the stupid shit. I don't know. I never understood why I did the things that I did, but it's like I had to learn a hard-ass lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
But it was like, I wouldn't say fun because it sucked every time you're in there. You're like, what the fuck did I end up in here again? I'm stupid. What's wrong with me?
Right.
But I go back again, like you say, your friends, the neighborhood, and then you get caught up sometimes, wrong place, wrong time type deal.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, were you ever addicted to any drugs as a kid?
No, just mainly alcohol. My biggest problem was alcohol.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you were how old when you started drinking again?
I believe I was 13.
13 years old.
Yep.
Wow. Your mom didn't know?
She kind of knew. Yeah, she would find bottles under my bed and stuff.
Oh, you weren't playing. You were doing it at home.
Yeah, I was at home drinking and stuff.
Were you like addicted to the alcohol?
I was addicted.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I drank for fun with the homies. I didn't drink like that. I drank just here and there, and then my mother would be pissed. She hated me drinking, but I never to the point where I had bottles where I was addicted. It was just more like to just fit in type shit.
Yeah.
What was your choice of alcohol back then? What would you like to drink?
I would drink Bacardi.
Bacardi, huh?
Yeah.
You like that dark?
No, it was clear.
Oh,
It was
the clear.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm confusing it with Henny. Psh. What high school did you go to out here?
I went to Abraham Lincoln for a little bit, but then I got suspended, actually expelled, because I was drinking in the classroom. So I got expelled. Yeah.
In the classroom?
Yeah.
While the teacher's teaching the class?
Science class. I was just drinking. I had my chaser, and then my the liquor was inside a water bottle, so I was just like drinking it, and then I was too drunk to even notice. Like,
you just do it right in front of the teacher?
Yep. And she was watching me, and then she was just like, "What the fuck? Like, let's come outside." And I'm like, "What's up?" And she's all like, "You're going to the office."
She caught on.
Yeah, she caught on.
Man, you're brave. I've never done that.
Yeah, that was some
How
crazy
about
shit.
how about weed? Anything like that?
I smoked weed. Yeah, I did. I was addicted to weed when I was like 12 to like 17.
Yeah.
But then it didn't interest me anymore. So
You're lucky.
Yeah,
That's my favorite drug on the planet.
shit.
It's crazy, I know. I've smoked this just like you as a kid, and then gave it up for a little while. Turned about 18, got into like bodybuilding working. I gave it up for some years, and of course I smoked like 5-6 years later, and the demon came back out in my addict side and got hooked on it again. So did you get into how about fighting? Did you get into a lot of fights or physical violence?
Maybe when I was drunk, but nothing like, nothing crazy and shit.
No. So what would you say your troubles stem from? Just the alcohol?
Just
mainly?
the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you have family you have family that are alcoholics at all?
I do. My uncles drink a lot. It kind of runs in my family. I heard that my dad was an alcoholic.
Okay.
So
you have you possibly have the gene in you.
it could be.
Yeah. My grandfather was a very bad alcoholic. So my mother didn't want us kids drinking because she knew she didn't want her kids to turn out like him. And lo and behold, this kid right here inherited his fucking demons.
Shit.
I know. It's sad. You never know. We don't know. We're kids. We're just trying to fit in, right?
Right.
We're just trying to find our way, get along in life. Just kind of fit in. We're misfits. That's what I say. But misfits are special, man, because we always figure our way out. We use our turn our pain into power, because we got to go through the fire, right?
Yep. Straight up.
Let's get to it. So you were drinking. You told me a story a little bit, how you got in some trouble. So what happened that night when you got in some trouble? Let's start from the beginning, when you got into the whole altercation, what
The whole
landed you in
shooting?
jail. Yeah, before that even happened.
All right. So I was hanging out with a friend, and we were drinking and stuff. I overdrank.
Okay.
She took me to her house and stuff. She's like, "Hey, stay here. Like, calm down. Like, you're fucked up."
Yeah.
And we had an argument and stuff. And that's when I like spazzed out. I'm like, you know what? Like, fuck you. Like, I'm out of here. Like,
Yeah.
So I go to my car and I decide to just drive off.
Yeah.
And I went downtown near City Hall.
Okay.
And
Santa Clara Street.
yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously I was like fucking drunk. Like I'm gonna just do some donuts. Like I'm fucked up.
In front of City Hall?
Yeah,
You knew you were in front of City Hall?
yeah.
Or no?
At that time, yeah.
Okay.
I knew where I was at. I knew what I
Okay.
was doing.
Yeah.
But it's that liquor courage. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do these donuts. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So I was doing the donuts, and freaking. That's when the cops followed me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he hit you with the red and blues right away, or he followed you?
Yeah. He hit me with the red and blues right away, and that's when I pressed on the gas. I'm like, I'm out of here, bro. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, I ain't trying to go to jail. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You let him through a high speed?
I did.
How long was the chase for?
Shoot, maybe like I don't know, like 15 minutes.
Just the streets.
Yeah, and while I did the high speed, I guess at some point I had hit a pedestrian on a scooter.
Oh.
Yeah, but I didn't know that I did because I was like drunk.
Yeah.
And it was dark, and I seen smoke. I don't know where the smoke came from. I think it was from my tires, or it must have been from my tires.
Yeah.
So it was just so much going on, and I guess during that moment I had hit a pedestrian, and the cops were just still following me and stuff. And I tried to lose him and stuff. I just parked somewhere on the side. I turned off my car, turned off the lights, and I just kind of like ducked. And I saw the cop car pass me, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm safe. Like, I'm going to fucking dip from the car and run somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think I heard a knock on my door, and it was a cop. And I panicked. I turned on my car again, and that's when I just kind of moved a little bit, and I dipped again, and I made a right, and that's when I caught the dead end. There was nowhere for me to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of you trapped yourself.
I trapped myself.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yep.
I can't imagine what that felt like.
I was like, dang, it's over for me. Like, I fucked up bad. I fucked up.
Yeah. Because you knew you're under the influence. Mm-hmm. You knew you ran from the cops.
Yep.
You didn't know you hit somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, grave bodily injury with a vehicle already is a bad charge in itself. And then what happened? The cops did what after that?
So I heard them yelling, just saying like, get out, like get the fuck out. Like, I was just like, fuck that. And I seen him through my rear view mirror. Like he had his gun out already. And I just got scared, you know. There was so much going on. Like in my head, I'm like, fuck, this is all bad. I'm like, I'm gonna just try to reverse. So I barely tapped the gas, you know, and he just shot like right away.
Emptied on you.
Yep. And then
did you when those shots started ringing off, what were you thinking at that very moment? Like what went through your head, if you could remember?
Honestly, I was just thinking how bad I fucked up, and like I was just thinking about like my family. Like I was thinking like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die right now. Like fuck, I fucked up. Like my family's gonna miss me. Like I shouldn't have never done this. Like I fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And how many times did he shoot? I mean, how many do you remember?
Yeah, he shot 14 times.
He emptied a whole clip on you basically.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And how many times were you hit?
6 times.
Wow.
Yep.
It's a miracle you're even sitting in that church talking right now.
Straight up.
Most people would be dead.
Yep.
The universe had bigger plans for you.
Straight up.
That's why you have to always, every day you get up is count your blessings, man. The minute you wake up, just say, hey, thank you.
Yep.
The second chance.
Yep.
So after, where'd they hit you?
My shoulder. Right here.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Anywhere else?
No, it's just on my shoulder.
Missed all the vital organs.
And then they hit me right here on my neck. But somehow the bullet just stopped right here. And I went to surgery for it. They pulled out the bullet.
Ooh, so it's nothing's lodged in you?
Not at the moment, no.
Wow. Man, you're lucky, man. That's crazy. I don't know too many people who got shot at that many times and survived. You mean shot 6 times and survived.
Yeah, I thought I was for sure gonna die because I hear the stories of like cops shooting like at people and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they die, bro. Like
oh yeah, for sure.
They always die.
Especially when they empty a whole clip. Mm-hmm. Something's gonna hit a vital organ or something. Mm-hmm. Chances of it might not kill you right away, but it'll get you after.
Yep.
You know, on the way to the hospital or something.
Straight up.
So what? So after they shot you, did they even give you any medical aid, or were they dicks you and throw you on the ground and cuff you?
So I was like all shot up and stuff, and I got out the vehicle, you know, because I'm like, fuck, like I realized that I'm still alive, right? Like I saw the blood and all, and I'm like, okay, I'm cool, I'm breathing, like fuck, just get out. And maybe I was scared to get out. I'm like, I'm gonna get out, and they're gonna fucking throw rounds, like they're gonna fucking shoot at me, like for real.
Yeah.
And I was ready. I'm like, fuck, all right, just get out, put your hands up, because at least if I got out and my hands were up, at least my family, you know, can fight for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got out, put my hands up, and they were just like, hey, like, fucking get on the floor. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just comply. I'm alive. Let's just try to live. Like,
yeah.
So I just complied with everything they told me. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it.
So at that moment was just about, I want to survive now.
I want to survive.
You already know you're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
You already know you're in deep shit.
Yep.
But the moment's like, now I want to live.
I want to live right now. Like, I want to live.
That's deep. That's crazy. At first you want to get away because of consequences. and you tried. You know, you did everything you could, and then you get shot, and you're like, now it's just about living, surviving. Let me get my hands out.
Yep.
Because I know what that's like. I've had a few times where cops pulled out guns on me. One time, I was in Antioch with some friends who were just out there cruising, just low riding. It was just back in the days in the 90s. Chilling, minding our business. I'm in my lowrider. I pull up to 7-Eleven, and my friends go in there to get some snacks and some food. And next thing you know, I see some cop creeping up behind me, and then another one creeping up, and another one. They got me surrounded. I got shotguns and guns pointed at me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Holy shit! What the hell? I didn't do nothing. What? Tripping. Well, come to find out, my car fit the description of another car who just finished doing a drive-by.
Shit.
But luckily, we didn't have nothing illegal, nothing. They searched the car, had us down, had me down, and then apologized after. I'm like an 18, 19-year-old kid. Opening my trunk. Oh, this is nice setup, man. I had hydraulics and everything. I had a lowrider. They were hella cool after that. I think they felt bad, like, we're so sorry, your car fit the description. But, like, man, I know what that's like. It's a scary feeling because you make any sudden movement to trigger them cops, and we're aware where they feel in danger, they're going to let loose on you.
Yeah, they're not playing around.
I remember like, oh, man, I don't want to get killed for something I didn't do. So I know exactly. I've never been shot. But, again, I've had quite a few times I've encountered law enforcement with guns drawn at me, and it's like, don't even flinch. I don't even want to scare these guys, because one wrong move, and that's it. That could be your last move.
Straight up.
How long were you? How long was your recovery? How long were you in the hospital for?
I was in the hospital for like a few hours, maybe like, I don't know, maybe 7 hours.
And they released you right away?
Yeah, because I guess the detectives, they wanted like to talk to me and stuff to pretty much build a case on me to take me in.
Yeah.
So I remember the lady cop, she was like, hey, my camera's off. I want to know, like, why did they shoot you? And I'm like, I don't know. I was still fucked up, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like she could she was scared, like she was like freaking out.
Who?
The lady cop.
She was scared?
Yeah, because she was just like, why did they shoot you? Like,
Yeah.
So she was kind of confused and stuff, and I was like, fuck, I don't know. And she's like, we're gonna get you somewhere. We're gonna take you to the police department. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even healed yet. Like,
yeah.
I was like, nah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And she just kind of just like took me to the car and stuff, and I went to the police department, and I was like all jacked up. I couldn't even walk. Freaking, like, I was all bandaged up. Like, I was like all hurting and shit. Like,
so they just bandaged you up.
They fucking took me from the hospital. Yeah, I wasn't even fully recovered.
I mean, I understand if somebody does a crime, man, and whatnot, and just shot this individual, at least give him some kind of medical aid. Let him kick it for at least a day. Help him to the bed or something,
Yep.
But man, to take you from the barely, I'm saying your fresh wounds and take you right to probably open wounds still.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll tell you the story later of what happened. But yeah, I wasn't even like fully healed or anything. Like, she took me to the police department, and they put me in a little cell, and like they handcuffed me, right?
Yeah.
To the freaking I don't know, was it like I guess it was like under the table, there was like a pole there.
Yep.
So I was just like handcuffed with my freaking shoulder all just fucking leaking, and I was just fucked. And then I'm like, hey.
You were still leaking in the police station.
Yeah, with bandages and shit. Like, and my arm was like, fuck, I couldn't even move it or anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, yo, I'm like, why am I here? Like, hey, like, I'm not even supposed to be here. And then they wouldn't even talk to me. They would just look at me. And I'm like, hey, like, what the fuck? I'm like, am I being arrested? Am I being arrested? Can I call my attorney or something? They just ignored me.
Yeah.
They wouldn't tell me anything.
Yeah. Crazy, because when you request an attorney, they have to honor that request.
Yeah,
you don't have to answer nothing. You don't have to answer none of the questions. But like, you know what? I want to talk to my attorney. And if they keep asking you, I always count on my hand how many times I tell them I want to talk to my attorney. If I could do more than 3, I say, hey, I just told you I want to talk to my attorney more than 3 times. They have to by law.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
I know. I know that. I've been in your shoes for a different case where they were pressing me too. I was like, I want to talk to my attorney. I kept counting how many times in my hand. Like, I told them, because once you request to talk to an attorney, they're not supposed to interview no more. The interview's done. But cops, being who they are, they're very pressy, and they want to, they want to build a case. They're not your friends. They pretend to be your friends, right? Somebody probably pretend they cared.
That's their job.
Good cop, bad cop, same old role. I get it. I'm not saying all cops are bad. They have a job to do, but they also play games with you too. And it's
Big time.
The bad ones need to be exposed. Straight up. They need
They're
to be
out there.
exposed.
They're out there for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones, but there's some bad ones out there that are not, in my opinion, fit for the job. But so after that happened, how long was your process till you got?
So I was chained to the stool for about another 6 hours.
Yeah.
And I was hungry.
No pain meds.
Nothing. They just had me there. Like I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. So some dude, he gave me a Jack in the Box burger, right?
Really?
Yeah, it was hella cold, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah.
And 6 hours later, they took me upstairs, and that's when I met the detectives, and they're like, hey, you know why you're here? And I'm like, yeah, because you shot me. They're like, no. You want to try again? I'm like, yeah, because you fucking shot me. And then they were like, no, you're here because you almost killed somebody. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're like, yeah. And then they told me I had hit a pedestrian, right? And that's when I freaked out because I didn't know what the fuck happened. They're like, yeah, you hit a pedestrian. And I was just like, oh, shit. And then they're like, but you're lucky. She didn't die or anything. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Thank God, bro. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah. And also, like, you evaded, and they told me all this crazy shit. They're like, you're the reason why an officer had to shoot at you. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, they're like, yeah, you're the cause of this. Like, he was angry because his officer shot at me at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were scared to see if it was a clean shoot or not, because they're probably like, damn, is this clean? So they probably had you for hours figuring out how they're gonna put this story together.
Yep.
Because you got to be careful. You're allowed to use your gun on the job, but you better use it wisely, or it can get you in trouble.
Yep.
And they have body cams, I'm assuming.
There's body cams, yeah.
There's body cam cars and themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're probably trying to piece it together.
Yep.
So let me guess, they probably said you try to run their officer over.
Yeah. They're like, you put our officer in danger and stuff. And I'm just like, at that point, I can't think straight. I'm hurt. I'm just thinking about my pain.
Yeah.
I just want to lay down in bed.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of surrendered a little bit because I just had enough of like everything that was going on.
Yeah.
They're like, you're fucking going in pretty much for a GBI and
Great bodily injury.
yeah, and hurting an officer or something like that, and some other shit. I don't remember, but it was looking crazy,
Yeah. Were they threatening you with years?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're looking at a really long time.
Gotta love that.
Long time. And I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, okay, I don't give a fuck right now. I'm just trying to lay down, bro. Like, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah,
I'll get an attorney and I'll figure it out. I just want to lay down.
Did you have any fear of dying?
No, I already knew.
After
like, I made it.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm cool. I should be cool.
You knew no vitals were hit.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
So your case got a little bit of came across you on Instagram. You got a little bit of like attention in the Bay.
Yeah.
In the news.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing it or something. I was like, damn, this is interesting. I didn't know what it was about. I honestly didn't know. I didn't know if it was like you had something with the streets or what the whole case was about. But I didn't know it was like, man, I heard you got shot hella times, and I was like, this is an interesting story. I seen you posted it a few years back. Mm-hmm. That's when I came across it. I said, this is crazy, but that's what intrigued me about having you here, like to tell your story. I want to talk about, people need to understand that what led up to this. What's the danger of it all? What's the cause of it all?
Alcohol. Yep. Alcohol's a devil, y'all. Like, straight up. It is.
People don't like to hear that.
I know.
And you know what people don't like to hear? Like, even now, like you've turned yourself around and sober for how long now?
I've been sober I'm not completely sober, but I don't drink like that anymore.
You still drink?
Rare occasions.
Okay.
Rare.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You're in control though. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's good. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of people. So I'm an online coach, and I have clients who used to drink and partake in those activities, and they have family members that partake in those activities. And, recently was Thanksgiving, and one of my clients was like, yeah, man, my sister says, oh, you're boring now. You're not the cool guy. What happened to my brother who used to party and drink? Well, lo and behold, his sister is in a bad place mentally. So guess what? What does misery love? Company. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy to me that people can't respect another human being because they decide they don't want to drink anymore, because they don't want to get in trouble anymore. I had another lady in my podcast studio where people try to get her to drink, but one drink would kill her. It'll send her down a deep, dark road. And sometimes people don't understand that.
Yeah.
The dangers of alcohol. Like, they need to understand, like, one drink could set your whole life in a whole different motion. Like some people, I have friends who cannot have one drink. That way, have one drink, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
They're going all the way with it, and they might start blowing lines after that. They're hardcore addicts, so they know they can't. They're on that level. They cannot. Like you said, you once in a blue moon you can have it.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Alcohol does not have a grip on me. I can have a drink once a blue moon. I just choose not to. I want to be 100% sober, but people need to understand how dangerous alcohol is. Just not what it does to you physically, because a lot of times we're talking about the dangers of what it does to you physically, but mentally what it does to you. You know?
Yeah. To be honest, like when I drink and stuff, it like affects like my mental and my spiritual health. Like, you know, I'm not even myself when I start to drink. When I'm on a binge,
Yeah.
like I'm just like all bad. I'm a mess.
Yeah.
You know, and
And I bet when you were lying in your cell after you sobered up, you probably were like replaying the whole night in your head.
yeah.
I know. Why did I drink? Why did I overdo it? Why did I get in the car?
Yep. Because if I was sober, like that would have never happened. But because of alcohol, like look what I did. Some
Yeah.
dumbass shit.
Yeah. So people need to understand that is you got to think when you drink. Do not get behind the wheel.
Yep. Don't.
You
Because it can get real. It can get real.
You put yourself in danger, right?
Others in danger.
Yeah. Yeah. What if you did kill someone that night? What if you crashed into a car that had like a mother and her children and killed them or something?
Straight up.
You'd be gone all day.
Yeah.
It'd be over for you. I know. I lost a friend head-on collision. He was picking up his daughter in the middle of the day from daycare or whatever, and drunk driver, female, head-on collision, plowed into him. He died pretty instantly. His little infant daughter hung on for a little bit, but she didn't make it. Again, alcohol. But people just, you know, they think it's the fucking coolest thing ever to drink. Like, I'm so cool. Look at me. I drink. Oh, you don't drink no more? Oh, you're boring, Roddy. What's up with that, man? What? People don't understand what it can do to people like us, you know? Or anybody for that matter. And people need to hear that story. Like, look what it did to you. One bad decision that night, right? One bad choice. It's a miracle you're in that chair.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Let's see. How long did you sit in the county for fighting your case?
I was in county for 16 months fighting my case.
Okay. And what were they talking in there? How many years were they trying to throw you deals?
No, so first, one of my friends, he's an attorney. He's all like, he came and visited me, and he's like, hey, like you might be looking at like 11 years. I'm just like, all right, whatever. It is what it is, you know.
Can you think back what that felt like?
Shoot, I was just like, to be honest, I was just thankful to be alive.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the time. Like I did what I did, but I'm gonna do the time. It is what it is. I'm alive, and when I come out, like I'm gonna come back stronger, and I'm gonna, you know, share my story and help people.
That's a good way of looking at it, man. Because your story will help people, man. People are gonna listen to this, like, damn, that's real, you know. Because I remember too when I was fighting my federal case, and that public pretender came to see me. They had me in North County in Oakland. And I remember he was talking about I was facing 12 to 15 years. I got a lump in my throat. Like, what? What did I do? I just sold a little drugs. Where are you coming with these years? I'm not no cartel or nothing crazy.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? It was. I think it was a plot from the government to send these public pretenders, I like to call them, to scare me into, you know, working with the people. But I was like, my head was spinning when he said that. But I was like, no way. How's that possible? I didn't hurt. Did I hurt somebody? Did somebody die or OD that I don't know about? You know, and I'm just thinking like, why is this dude, man, coming at me with some crazy ass? Of course, they always come with. It's always heavy in the beginning, right? Then this gets lesser and lesser. So this friend of yours, was he your attorney?
He was a past attorney of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was just letting me know, like, hey, this is what you're possibly looking at, like, you know, just letting you know. Yeah. And then my actual attorney, she was like, oh, okay, it's 7 to 8 years, you know, but we're going to fight this. Yeah. You know, because they did shoot at you and it was fucked up. It was fucked up, and they were lying about some stuff. So
was that kind of being exposed?
Yeah.
Because of the body cam?
Yeah, the body cam. Yeah, so Chief Eddie Garcia, he got interviewed through I think it was NBC News and stuff, and he was saying like that I only got shot once or something like that, and that was a goddamn lie.
You went on camera and lied to the people, huh?
He said once.
Yeah.
Like, bro, hell no. Lies, bro, lies.
You gotta love that. Now, were you interviewed by the media at all?
Yeah, some guy from the news. I forget his name. I talked to him when I was in county jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked
They
to
let
him.
him come in and interview you?
No, it was the phone. It was his
Okay.
phone. Yeah.
Were you planning on going to trial, or were you just fighting it to get the best possible deal for yourself?
I was just fighting the case pretty much.
You weren't trying to go to the box.
Yeah, I really wasn't trying to.
You knew they had you.
Yeah, I know what I know. If I hit somebody, I hit somebody. I'm gonna do the time for that.
Yeah. So let's fast forward. After you get convicted, you got, what did you get again? What was your sentence?
I got 3 years and 8 months.
3 years and 8 months. What'd that feel like? Was it almost like a relief?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I did 16 months already. I could do another year and a half.
You knew you had a second chance now.
Yeah, I'm like, at the year and a half, I can do it. I get out and like I could do whatever I want. So I can do this. I can do this. Even though it hurt like hell, like goddamn, like my family was there, my sister,
Yeah.
you know, my brother-in-law, my mom, like
Yeah.
to hear that I was going to prison, damn, like that shit, like it like hurt me, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
How about your mother? How does she feel seeing her baby having to go to prison?
I don't know. It was a blur. That day in the courtroom was a blur. Because I
know what you
heard
mean.
CDCR prison time. I'm like, what the fuck? I never thought I'd go to prison in my life.
No?
Never thought I did.
Never crossed your mind?
Nope.
That's crazy. Me neither. But you're right. It's like your out-of-body experience. Because I remember when I went in front of a federal judge for my sentencing, and I was happy. I was happy to take 48 months. Can you believe that? I was happy as hell. Like, let's go. Because
Yeah.
they were talking crazy years.
Yeah.
From when they started to that, I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
feel you.
let's
Yeah.
go. I told my attorney, my attorney wanted to fight it more and get lost. I said, no, I don't want to fight these people no more. Let's take that. I don't want
Let's
to be
just
greedy.
go.
Let me get this over with. I want to be done with it. Put it behind me. Let me go handle my business. But being there, it was like so surreal standing there. And then you hear, he actually messed up, the judge. The judge at first said, 48 years, and my attorney said,
Oh, hell no.
excuse me, Your Honor. He said, I'm sorry, recant that. I meant 48 months. And I was like,
Hell no.
whoa, bro, you just took the wind out of me, bro. Like 48, you're crazy? I'm gonna be like a super old man getting out of there.
Yeah.
Hell no. So that was crazy. And what made me nervous about that judge, because federal judges don't have to go along with the recommendation from the prosecutor. Because the prosecutor, your attorney work together, to eventually come to terms.
Yep.
And then the lady who did my pre-sentencing, my PSI, she got into it with my other attorney. I had two attorneys, Tony Sarah, Sherry Greenberg. She got into it, her talking about, well, you drive a fancy car, you have nice suits. Where did he get the money to afford you? She was digging like, oh, his family retained us, and we don't have to discuss that. That's attorney-client privilege. She goes,
Wow.
they were just kind of bumping heads. It was crazy. And she recommended like 6 to 8 years. The lady who did the PSI report, I'm like, oh, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And the judge, my judge, happened to have a brother, Stephen Breyer. I can't remember his brother's name, Justice Breyer, who's on the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court. So I'm thinking like, oh, man, I hope he's like a cool judge, you know? Because what if he could have went like, you know what? I don't agree with this. I'm going to give you more time. They could flip it on you.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, you know. But he was cool, you know, calm, collected. He didn't stick it to me. Because the thing I had to worry about is some of these federal judges, I think, like, I hope they don't have a family member who's like addicted to the drugs that I sold. Because now it might be personal.
Yeah.
Now they might stick it to me. So, you know, same thing with you. You might have had a judge who had a family member who was injured in a similar situation that you were in. High-speed chase, drinking, and you hurt somebody, you know? And maybe they lost a family member, so they can go,
Yeah.
So how was it like when you you got sentenced? You knew you had to take it on the chin. How was like you from there? You went to on the bus.
Yeah. So I went back to county.
Yeah.
Right after court, I went back to county and went back to my bunk and I waited. I just waited for about a week.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for the bus.
You're waiting for the bus.
Waiting
that
for the bus,
ride.
yeah.
Yeah, that bus ride. So what was that? What was that experience like to being on the bus going to prison? Like that's when started getting real.
I don't know. Yeah. They called my name. They're like, Ochoa, roll it up. The bus is here. I'm like, shit, here I go. Fucking to the big house. Here I go. Fuck. So
Yeah.
there I am getting processed. They load us on the bus and the wheels start rolling and I'm like, we're going to prison. We're going to prison. We're just all like, we're going to prison. Fuck.
Was that a surreal experience for you?
It was crazy. It was like, I can't believe this is really happening right now. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, I was freaking like just at home, and I'm going to prison. Like,
Right?
yeah.
It all happened so quick. Mm-hmm. What prison did you land? What level was?
I went to a level 4 prison, Chowchilla.
Chowchilla? Mm-hmm. Oh wow, I've had friends up there in Chowchilla.
Yeah.
They stuck you in a level 4.
Oh yeah.
Like with extreme violent inmates. Mm-hmm. Like murder, attempted murder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
Wow, that's pretty,
I was
that's
tripping.
Pretty, that's pretty intimidating. Level 4 is no joke.
Yeah, like I was like, fuck. Like as soon as we hit Chowchilla, like I thought I was gonna see like females like outside, like just waiting for us, like the new people and stuff.
Like their movies.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna fucking start fights. So I'm like, I'm ready. Fuck it. But it wasn't even really like that though. Like,
No.
Nah.
How'd they welcome you?
Well, the SEALs were cool. Like they gave me my clothes and stuff, and you had to do the whole like pop and squat bullshit.
Yes, of course. I know.
So embarrassing.
It is.
Like, goddamn.
Dehumanizing.
You right?
Yeah. For those of you never been to jail or prison, we get dehumanized.
Yep.
Get naked and
Straight up.
They do the whole thing. And I think back like, man, how many of those guards were weirdos?
Right. Majority of them are though. Shit.
Yeah. I've seen it in county where they have you do it a few times over. Like, wait, what are we doing? We just
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Why are we doing it again? I'm like, now looking back, like, this
Yep.
might have been a weirdo.
Yep.
At the moment, I didn't realize. I think they were just messing with us. Power trip. Embarrass us. Have a bunch of us all butt naked lined up and then do the whole, like you said, popping squat. So I wouldn't say they received your welcome arms, but how they feel? Because men and women are different. Men, they politic very hard. Dudes are sizing you up immediately. And they don't want to know where you're from, and they don't want to see paperwork. Make sure you're good. Did they come at you like that?
No, everybody's pretty chill there.
Really?
Yeah, like they're just trying to do their time. Like, like ain't nobody really beefing.
No?
No, I don't know about over the wall, because I never made it to over the wall in Chowchilla.
So what does that mean, over the wall?
Over the wall is when you get your blues. So when you first go to Chowchilla, you get your oranges. So
Yeah.
it's just reception, pretty much. You're
Okay.
on a yard.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting for your counselor to assign you to your housing, pretty much. It's either you're going to go to CIW or you're going over the wall.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure I heard of crazy shit going on over the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's level 4.
So you didn't go into that part?
Level 4, no, I got transferred to CIW because
What is that, CIW?
it's another prison.
Okay.
It's not a level 4 prison though.
So it's different yards within a prison.
Yeah.
It's one big facility?
Yep.
Okay. That's funny. I saw that Feds is where I was. I was level 1 because mine was nonviolent, and they had crossed the street out of level 3, 4. And I was like, why am I in this one and why not in the other one? My crazy ass wanted to go.
Hell no.
I like challenges. I'm a weirdo like that. I want to see what this one's like.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with me, man. Like who the hell would
Be
want?
curious.
Yeah, I thought that was too easy. It was like going to a camp. I was like, the fuck is this level 1? There's only a fence. It wasn't even a wall.
Shit.
It's prison still. You're still incarcerated. You can't leave. They actually tell you, go ahead, leave. You're going to get 3 to 5 years if you run. You can easily run. Sometimes dudes will get the heart broken in there, get all psychotic, drink, and they go and run off the camp, and then they get caught. You're not going to get far in Oregon. We're in the middle of Oregon. In the wintertime, it gets cold.
Yep.
You're going to get frostbite and die. A few inmates try to run and found them down somewhere in the forest, some of them, and somewhere in people's barns, and frostbite. One dude had to get his feet amputated because they drink and they lose their mind. So I was like, man, I wonder what it's like across the street. But I did spend time. I don't know. You ever been in the shoe?
No.
So I did spend some time in the shoe. I spent I caught with some contraband. Some friend of mine was leaving, left me with some hydroxycut. They did a locker raid and they found it. And they thought like I brought it in. So they had me across the street in the shoe in the level 3, 4. And you're in there with those dudes now. But they still keep us separate, the level 1 dudes. But we're in there all caged up together. But they have like dog cages. I don't know if you ever seen it. You ever seen like the movie?
I think
it's it's like kennels.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but they have us camp level 1 guys together, and they have the dudes who are part of that prison. Like you go out for an hour a day, you get your hour a day, and then those dudes, you just see the look on their face, tatted face. Their gangs blasted on their floor, like they're about it. Like, ooh, this is serious. I was telling myself like maybe it was better that I don't go over here because I might have gotten into some shit and I might have had a politic, even though it wasn't. I grew up around gangs and whatnot, San Francisco, that life, but I was never a gang member. Nor did I ever want to become one. But when you go in there, you know, strength is numbers. You gotta click up with somebody.
Yep.
So you never made it over the wall.
No, because I got transferred to CIW because I was going to fire camp, which I
Okay.
did.
So how did you got to apply for that, or how did that work?
Yeah, my counselor is all like, so where would you like to go? And I'm like, can I do the fire camp? He's like, sure, I guess we can do that. And I'm like, all right. So
Does everybody get approved for that?
not everybody.
So what made them? Did you ever ask them? Did you ever have a talk with them? What made them? Did they see something in you, or what? Why did they approve you?
I think it's because I guess they just read your file or your case and stuff, and they see how violent like your case was, or they'll assume if you're a violent person or not.
Okay.
Pretty much. And if you are, you won't go, obviously.
So you had no gang ties?
No.
Okay. So they looked at that, obviously, because that's the first thing they asked me. Took my shirt off, see if I had tattoos, gang ties. You too?
Yeah, they'll look into all of that.
And yours was violent, but in a different way.
In a different way, yeah. I had to explain myself.
Yeah, not towards like you committed violence on purpose.
Like on purpose, yeah.
Yours was like
It was an accident. I was drunk.
Yeah.
There's a factor, alcohol.
Yeah. So what was that like? I had a few friends that gone through fire camp. What was that like?
It was pretty cool, to be honest. Like doing time and being able to fight fire while doing time was pretty cool.
Going outside?
Yeah, going outside and like learning something and just being free, and it was a positive vibe, pretty much, you know.
It gave you a new outlook on life.
Yep.
Like you knew, like, wow, there's a chance for me when I get out of here to do something with my life. Versus you're in your cell at night or whatever, your sleeping quarters, you're thinking like, I'm a loser. What am I gonna do when I get out of prison? What kind of career or life I'm gonna have?
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. So you enjoyed it?
I did. I enjoyed the working out, and I enjoyed talking to the captains, to the fire captains and stuff.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, you know. And we're not around COs like that, you know, like in prison. Like the COs are just there, like always looking at you and just, you know. It was a whole different vibe. It didn't even feel like prison, you know.
So for fire camp, it's different.
It's different. Yeah, they respect you way more. Like in fire camp, it's different.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, because those fires are no joke up that you got to fight. You're putting your life on the line.
Yep.
And I guess they have to kind of respect that.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool, man. I respect that they allow that with inmates, like, and also teaching you like a new craft. You find out what you're made of, because you probably had to do some vigorous working out.
Yeah.
Right?
Very difficult. It was like the most I've ever done in my life. Like, and I loved it.
You know why? Because you're building this. You're finding out about yourself, what you're made of. People don't know what they're made of because they never face adversity. So when the little adversity hits, they quit. You know, and you and I both have faced adversity, and we didn't quit. We're like, all right, we're just gonna use this time to come out stronger. And that's kind of what I did. I kind of did it like pretend like I was training for a fight, and I'd get up at 4:30 in the morning. Yard opens up about 5:15, and I'd be in the yard, either doing my cardio or hitting weights early in the morning, and telling myself I'm gonna come out a better person, a sober person, stronger. I went in around, I was probably like 230, 40 pounds, heavy. I came out that mug like 190, just slice and dice, just ready to go, ready to conquer the world. I got actually certified as a personal trainer when I was in this. So I always knew how to work out. So I said, at least I got something to look forward to. So it's always good when you do time and you have something to look forward to. Because imagine a lot of inmates who are doing, I call it dead time. They just either sleep their time away, or they work their day job or whatever job, and then they sleep the rest of their time away.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Yeah. And it's like, what are you going to do with the rest of your life, man? You're not building nothing. I knew I wanted to get either a degree or something. I wanted to come out. I wanted to use my time. I wanted to do the time, not let it do me. I'm sure you heard that. So you do 3 years? How long did you do?
I did
16 months in the county?
I did 16 months in county and then 16 months in prison.
Okay. And then you got out, and then you were able to apply for...
Yeah, I got out and I seen the flyer in fire camp. They're like, FFRP, you know, we're growing and stuff. Come apply, you know, you want to be a firefighter, this is a second chance. And I'm just like, I'm gonna check it out. So I emailed them and stuff. I said I'm interested. I went to fire camp.
So you enjoyed it that much that you wanted to pursue it?
Yep.
Wow. That's dope.
Because I'm like, I already have the training for it. Why not? You know, why am I gonna throw it away? Let's give it a shot.
That's true. And how long till you got the job when you got out? How long did you start working?
So it took me about a year Wait. So after I graduated the academy, it took me 4 months to get hired.
Okay. Wow. How was that like getting hired? What did it feel like?
I was freaking happy. Yeah, I was like so excited. I'm like, goddamn, like I got a fucking government job. Like that's crazy, bro. And I'm doing this like firefighting stuff for real, for real.
Yeah.
Like is this for real? Like, I didn't even believe it. Like, what? That's crazy.
Now you had to think back, like, damn, I had to go through all that. High speed chase, got shot where I could have lost my life, do prison time to this.
Yep.
Like that was part of your. It's almost like fate. Like you had to go through it. That's why I look at things like I had to go through what I went through to get to where I'm at now. It's crazy. In the moment, it sucks. But now, like you look back, like, wow, I can't believe I made it, you know? And this is a good story to inspire people, to show people, like, listen, just because you are where you're at right now doesn't mean that's not the end of the road for you.
Straight up.
Like you're looking at two people who've been incarcerated and we're here now. And also, the most important part about being incarcerated is coming out. And not coming back out and killing our minds with drugs and alcohols.
That's important.
Because a lot of people, they do the time and they get out and they go back to old behaviors. And how many people you've seen, I'm sure, or have known of, what's that, recidivism? That's that right? Go back. It's like a game. They go back. Because what they do, it's almost like a setup. Were you on parole when you got out?
Yeah.
Are you still on paperwork?
No, I'm done.
Good. So I was on a 5-year tail.
Shit.
So that's a long tail, right? So really, it's like 9 years I got sentenced. 4 years in, and then 5-year tail. So at any moment in time, I could be on my 4th year, going into my 5th, and I do something stupid.
Going back in?
Going right back in. New case, and give them the rest of that time. So that's tough.
It's stressful, too. It's like you got to be like...
Pins and needles. You know how many times I had to walk away from the old me wanting to come out on somebody and letting these hands fly, but I couldn't. It's like I had to think about that. Like, man, I don't want to go back. I'm so close to being done with this.
Yep.
And many times I got tested throughout my time, and I was like, I don't want to be one of those people that go back because the recidivism rate is so high.
Yep.
So it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. It takes literally, even if you don't do nothing, like let's just say I'm out probation and I did what you did. I get in behind the wheel and I get a DUI. That alone would have sent me back. Even though the state might have not sentenced me to prison for a DUI, which they normally don't, the feds would have violated me. So it's like it was that easy. So I had to walk on pins and needles. So how long you been on the job now for?
For 9 months. 9 months.
You loving it?
I love it.
That's
I
good,
love
man.
it.
I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy you found
Thank
something
you.
that you love, and you're also doing music.
Yeah, I am. I do it as a hobby when I have time.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself with that going? You enjoy it?
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay. You what is it like? What do you tell your story about how you grew up, or what's your music like?
It's just more of an entertainment and stuff. You know, some of the stuff that I've been through. You know.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy about like drugs or guns or any like gang violence. No.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I feel like that's getting played out. People need to come with some new flavor.
Yeah, definitely. You know.
And people need to know like what you've been through can be prevented.
Yep.
If they just stop and think like maybe I shouldn't get behind the wheel.
Yep.
Because I had one too many. It's like I said, man, they need to hear from you how dangerous it is. And how, you know, what if you had kids on the outside? Their mommy would have been gone. You know? People don't think about that. I see so many families get broken up like it's nothing. You know, like dudes just don't care. Like they're losing their families behind this. Like, man, don't want to turn it around, bro? You know, it's sad to me. It breaks my heart that people pick the bottle over their family.
Yeah.
What's your future plans from here going forward? What do you plan on doing?
So I just want to keep pursuing my career in firefighting.
Yeah.
I want to be a speaker and motivate people and share my story.
I like that.
Spread it out.
I like that. Yeah, don't hold nothing back, man. You got to tell people what the truth about everything, you know? Like, one, you could turn around, and two, just know the dangers. Be careful. Think before you do something stupid. How about you see yourself like elevating in the fire game, like becoming like
a captain or something? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
That's the goal.
Because, you know, you're young, but you're going to only get better. You only get more versed in the game. So where do they have you guys? Do they have you fighting fires anywhere right now?
Not right now, but in the summer, yeah.
So who's the agency you work for?
The U.S. Forest Service.
Okay. U.S. Forest, and you guys go all over the United States.
All over the U.S.
And your base is
Tule Lake.
That's your base. Okay. You guys go out of the country ever?
We can go to Canada.
Canada. They got some crazy ass fires up in Canada.
I've heard. Yeah.
I remember my friends were in New York and Connecticut, and they sent me photos like, dude, look at our skies. They look like your guys' skies. I don't know if you remember. You remember the wildfires here where the skies look red? They all started up north, and they made their way to San Jose. You
Yeah.
couldn't go outside.
Okay.
You couldn't even breathe. The air was so bad.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was nuts. It was like red outside. Couldn't even breathe. It was disgusting. Like, I can't believe we're like covered in smoke.
Yeah.
It was that bad. How about your music career?
I'm trying to build it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to connect with more artists, but since I'm doing this whole firefighting stuff, I can't. It's hard to balance it.
Yeah. How often do you get to come back home?
I come down like 3 times a month.
Okay. So you still have a lot of old friends you keep in touch with from around here?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, not too many. Just people like that will keep me out of trouble. You know?
I was gonna say you're cautious who you keep around.
Yeah,
you, right?
because it's hard. I hang out with my old friends. It's very tempting to have a drink and just like forget what I worked for, and I don't want to throw it away because I know how I am when I drink. Like, I get drunk, I just won't give a fuck.
Just remind yourself.
Yeah.
Remind yourself. You have to check yourself. You have to have a self-talk and be like, hey, yo, we're not doing this. What did it do the last time? Do your friends try to get you to drink?
Sometimes they'll like, hey, they'll offer me a beer, and sometimes I just don't want to turn it down,
Yeah.
I don't want to turn it down. I'm like, but
yeah, just be careful. Be careful waking up that demon because you know what that demon did to you last time.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. Is sometimes you just, once you go one, then just have another one. Pure, social pressure. All right, I'll have another one full time too. Then you catch a little bit of buzz. All right, I'll do a third one. I think I can handle it. Before you know it, you're all the way
over.
in.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. And then you don't know what you might happen. So you have to remind yourself of how far you've come. And remind yourself of those dark times where you sat in your cell and you're like, wish you could have started over, a fresh start that night. Like, maybe I should have stayed at the house. Maybe I should have just, okay, we had a fight, so let me just chill. Fuck it. Let me just suck it up. I know a lot of stuff ran through your head because I remember being in the cell. A lot of things ran through my head. Like, why did I do this? Why did I move this way? Why wasn't I more cautious? Stupid shit. Why did I get involved in this? A million things ran through my fucking head. But it's like, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's too late. But life teaches us the hardest fucking lessons. But those lessons get us to where we're at today.
Yep.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So what do you got plans as far as like your motivational speaker? You got gigs lined up? You working with people?
I got a few people that want to interview me. So I'm going to make time and, you know, get in there and just keep going, just keep going.
I think you should. I think you should keep talking on more podcasts, even talk on your Instagram page and so people know, like, listen, there's hope for everybody.
Yep, definitely.
Even when you're at the lowest low. Even if you're right now listening to this and you're hooked on the bottle, hooked on drugs. I've been on both. And you could turn around, but you have to want to turn around.
Yep.
Nobody can do it for you. Nobody, not your family, nobody. You got to want it. You have to find your why. Why do I want to get out of this? You have to hit rock bottom, and it sucks going through rock bottom.
Yep.
But when you come out of rock bottom, though, man, and you turn around, you feel like you got a superpower. That's what I feel like. We got superpowers because we turned our pain into power.
Definitely.
And it made us stronger as individuals because we didn't break.
Yep.
So you got to remind yourself that, like, listen, you went. Your story is crazy what you went through, man. And I don't know, maybe sometimes you take it lightly or not. I don't know if you replay it in your head, like, I can't believe I'm here. Like, how does it feel to be here? Like, you ever stop and think for a moment, like?
Sometimes I do stop and think, like, God damn, like, I'm actually out here. Like, I think about it. Sometimes I feel like I take it for granted. Like, I don't realize, like, that I'm really here, like, I survived and, like, I have a career now, dude, like,
Yeah.
like, I should be, like, more, like, excited, but I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be proud of yourself, though. Just you have to remind yourself that, like, man, I'm free. Get to go to Starbucks. I get to move as I please. Because people don't realize losing your freedom is tough, man. It ain't easy. It's not the physical part of doing time. It's the mental part. Being away from your family and shit. Being away from life. and then not knowing like what's life going to be on the outside afterwards. Am I going to fit into society?
Right.
Am I going to be given a second chance? Am I going to be judged? Luckily, in this era that we're in 2024, they don't judge us like they used to. Even all this ink we all have, they don't judge us no
Right,
more.
it's cool. I can just walk down the street. Like, people are like, hey, good morning, what's up? You know?
Isn't it crazy?
It's cool. Like,
It is.
before, like, they would trip out. They'd be like, oh, we're going the other way or some shit.
Right?
Yeah.
And even me, I'm quite a bit older than you. Growing up in my 20s and teens and 20s, if you had tattoos, they looked at you like, I'm like, oh, he's got like the cooties or something. Like, something's wrong with you. Like, oh, he's a misfit. But now it's like people respect it because they know it's art. It's just art. It's just who it represents.
Yep.
That's all it is. It's art, and we love it in our skin. Some people love it in the walls of their home, but it represents who we are. That's all it is. And it's nice that people can say hello and smile. And know, like, sometimes they judge a book by its cover till they get to talk to you. Like, oh, this person's hella cool. I get older ladies like sometimes talking to me, like grandmas. Like,
That's
oh,
right.
you
That's
have
right.
nice ink, and did it hurt? Oh yeah, it hurt. Trust me,
right.
it hurt. It all hurts, but you know, I'm able to take the pain. So, anyways, all right, girl. Well, check this out. This was a good ass podcast,
Hell
man, and thank you for pulling up.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for telling your story. Keep shining, man. You're on your way to do great things. You're barely scratching the surface, and one day you look back and you're gonna save a lot of lives.
Hell yeah.
You don't know, but you're inspiring a lot of people because there's a lot of lost souls out there. So thank you for coming through, and God bless you.
Right on. Thank you.